pair of twin wildfires racing into the record books. The Mendocino Complex fire, now the largest wildfire in modern state history. The river and ranch fires are burning in Lake, Colusa, and Mendocino counties. They have charred more than 283,000 acres, which is about the size of Los Angeles. Video from Alameda County firefighters show massive flames burning on the hillsides. The twin fires surpassed last year's Thomas Fire in Ventura County on the state's list of largest fires.
It's been hotter and drier here, right?
Yeah, the higher temperatures, we're going back into the high 90s. It's making for some extreme fire behavior.
CAL FIRE says it is still hoping for full containment by next Wednesday.
At least 15 other big fires are burning in California, with a record 14,000 firefighters on the front lines. The latest popped up today in the Cleveland National Forest near the Riverside Orange County line. The Holy Fire has burned more than 4,000 acres since this afternoon. Aerial video shows how intense the flames are tonight. 2 buildings have been destroyed. Mandatory evacuations are in effect. 2 firefighters were treated for heat exhaustion. The fire also stranded 2 people in the backcountry. Our sister station's helicopter was overhead as rescue crews airlifted the hikers out. They are safe tonight.
Well, PG&E is mourning the loss of one of its employees killed in the car fire near Redding. Jairus Ayeda died in a vehicle accident in the wilderness. The victim was in his 20s and worked as an apprentice lineman. Ayeda is the 7th person to die in the car fire since it broke out 2 weeks ago. And at Yosemite, the Ferguson fire has shut down parts of the valley indefinitely. Rangers and other workers were forced out over the weekend. That fire has burned more than 94,000 acres, now only 39% contained. And tonight, President Trump is blaming California for wasting water as fires burn around the state.
KPIX 5's Betty Yu spoke to some experts who say the president has it all wrong.
Today, President Trump tweeted, Governor Brown must allow the free flow of the vast amounts of water coming from the north and foolishly being diverted into the Pacific Ocean. Yesterday, he blamed the wildfires on bad environmental laws and water being diverted into the Pacific.
That's simply not true. Of course, some of the water that comes from the mountains goes through the rivers and ends up in the delta and into the ocean. That feeds our natural ecosystem, and that's certainly a part of a California water policy. But there's no shortage of water for our California firefighters. CAL
FIRE agrees, saying today it has plenty of water. San Jose State professor Eugene Cordero leads a research group that's studying climate change, a subject he says the president is ignoring.
He's not saying that our climate's changing, we'd have to change our policies. He's just kind of blaming that, oh, maybe we can cut down some more trees and that'll solve things. Of course, that's very short-sighted. But we do have to recognize that our climate is changing and that maybe the types of weather that we're seeing fueling these fires are going to become more common.
The governor's office today said the president's tweet do not merit a response. On the issue of water, Brown is backing the Twin Tunnels project, which would divert water from the Delta to Central Valley farmers and Southern California cities. But experts agree this would not impact water available for firefights.
There is a long debate about how California allocates its water. And of course, there are interests in the Central Valley of California that would like to see more water available at certain times of the year for farms. But none of this is going to help produce that outcome, and none of this is going to help the state fight these fires.
Experts say President Trump did raise a valid point over tree clearing. Better forest management can reduce fuel for fires. CAL FIRE has said it hasn't been able to do as many controlled burns over the years, in part because of resources and funding, and environmentalists are fighting to protect forests. In San Jose, Betty Yu, KPIX 5.